Good morning. If you missed our last episode, we kind of left things on a bit of a cliffhanger. We were exploring California and both of us got sick with the flu.
I was not well enough to be on camera at all the other day.
We had to hunker down. That's what we've been doing since we last saw you guys. We've just been staying in place, basically quarantining in our van in Napa, California, which is a gorgeous part of the country. It has a bunch of vineyards and it's like a pretty big luxury travel destination. So as you can imagine, trying to camp out and lay low and just be sick and self-contained for a few days was a little stressful for us to do here. Versus if we were in like a mountain town where campers were more common, I really felt like we kind of stuck out here, but we made it. No one asked us to move or anything, so we just had time to just kind of be with ourselves and recover. And now we're ready to go out and finally explore Napa. We just pulled up at a parking lot around downtown Napa. There are a lot of wine cellars here, and that's what Napa is really known for, is its wine country. So we could not leave this area without trying some of their wine. I'm real excited about this one.
I just realized I backed up into a bush to park and we got to get our bikes out. I am actually weirdly excited about this. I feel like we don't do much wine tasting at all. Well, Natalie likes the wine more than I do. I kind of think it's a little gross, but I am excited for it because every time you try something new, I feel like in the back of your mind, you always wonder, am I going to be really good at this? So I wonder when we get there, are we just going to be like the best wine tasters and we'll be able to immediately identify where these wines come from and, you know, identify all the secret notes? Or is it nothing like that? I have no idea.
You think you're going to have like wine-inspired superpowers for no reason?
You never know. You don't have that in the back of your head?
That is a fun way to approach things. I've got to admit that.
Exactly. You telling me you never had that thought.
Still got it.
I'm getting hints of wine. I'm trying to use words that she didn't use to describe it, but sharp is coming to mind. Like it's really sharp on the tongue. What are those for?
Oh, to spit in.
Are you not supposed to drink this?
I think like it's like a fancy wine thing.
So this is our candy dry rosé.
I had two questions.
Sure.
This is for spitting it, right?
Yeah.
So, like, so you don't. Second question, how rude is it in the wine culture to not spit it? I'm just curious.
Oh, it's absolutely not rude whatsoever. We actually call it alcohol abuse when you do spit it.
Okay, so this is the rosé, right?
Yes.
Alright, so if you had to choose one adjective to describe it, what would it be?
Okay, one adjective. Pink. I respect wine culture, but I just really honestly don't know enough to like play along with it. I just got the bubblegum though. I get that now.
Maybe I'm playing into it, but I feel like if I chew, it tastes more like bubblegum.
Bye, thank you.
Yeah, thanks again.
Those guys are really nice. They own a coffee farm in Hawaii and they brought in chocolates to share with people. Thank you.
Did you try one?
So they shared some of their chocolate with us and it's really good. Wow, that is really buttery.
I've never tasted raw butter, so I don't know. Thanks again. Bye.
So super fun to pretend like we know things about wine and just sit and try a couple different ones. They were each very distinct. The first one was sparkling, the second one was bubblegum flavored, the next one was pineapple-y, and then the last one tasted exactly like butter. It was crazy. It was really fun and a different experience, and I think it's a really good bucket list thing to do in the Napa area. That being said, it's like noon and we've had 4 glasses of wine each. Rather than riding our bikes home on the road, I think we're gonna walk them back to the van just to be extra safe. Way to cross off our thing on our list.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the first time either of us have done a wine tasting, so it took it out of us a little bit. But we took some time to rest and we've just been kind of chilling in the van. And it's almost time for our monthly Patreon live stream, so we're getting ready to do that. Quick shameless plug for our Patreon. If you want to sign up, we do a monthly live stream where you can join and it's just patrons there. So it's a really fun way to have a more direct conversation and we look forward to it every month. So it's almost time to do that.
And I think we're live.
Hey!
Hey guys, welcome back to our monthly live stream.
That was super fun, as always. I do really mean that. I'm not just trying to plug Patreon. We're still at the downtown Napa public parking area, and I'm pretty sure they would not like us to camp here. So we gotta figure out a Target or Cracker Barrel or something nearby that will let us stay overnight.
And since we've been getting over the flu for the past, like, several days, we've been here for a while, and so I think we've exhausted our welcome doing the street parking. We've stayed at this one spot 3 nights, and I feel like that's a little too much. So I think we do need to find like a completely new spot.
All right, can we give this a go? So this is like the Summer Sport League's spin-off. I think it's...
Well, good morning, guys. Yesterday ended surprisingly early, but they gave us those little spit cups for the wine tasting, and we did not use those at all.
Yeah.
So it kind of took it out of us faster than normal. Mm-hmm. So I want to share our honest opinions about it now that we're not in the establishment.
Yeah. I always considered myself as someone who kind of likes wine. I think it's fun to try something, you know, it's usually kind of a treat and I always think it's fun. I don't know if I like wine anymore. I don't know, it's not great, you know?
Yeah, I usually don't like wine. It's not really my thing. And I didn't really change my opinion after doing all the wine tasting. The little wine I've had, all the tastings we had tasted very similar to that, which I feel like, you know, professional tasters would probably cringe at hearing that, but like, yeah, that's my honest opinion.
Yeah, we're not saying wine is not good. Nobody should like it. It's just it's not our...
I'm kidding.
It's just not really our thing, I guess. It was a very cool experience because I could definitely taste whatever flavor they were getting at, but I guess I also realized, like, why do I want to drink something that has a butter aftertaste? It's like, it's kind of unique, but I just kind of got like this sense of like, okay, I get it, I've had enough.
Yeah.
So I think we've figured out what we're gonna do with the rest of our day. Yesterday we took the bikes out for just a little ride through downtown Napa, and that was pretty fun. So we're gonna go and take our bikes on the Silverado Trail. It goes from Napa through a bunch of other big wine towns. It's like 30 miles long and it's a really scenic trail for biking. So we're gonna go and do a little bit of that. I don't think we'll do the whole trail, but it should be really scenic. Biking along the Silverado Trail. We're going past all these gorgeous vineyards and there's plenty of places to stop and get wine. But we pulled up on a place where it says that they have food and even espresso. So we were kind of excited, but it turns out that they're temporarily closed.
What I wasn't expecting was the Silverado Trail is pretty much a 55-mile-per-hour road with a bike lane. So we're pretty close to the highway. It's really loud, but it is pretty because we can see all of the vineyards up close. Their farms come all the way up to the road, so like we're really, really close to all the vines and the vineyards. So I mean, that part's cool, but there's a lot of dump trucks traveling really close to us too.
Tonight will be our last night in Napa before we move on and continue exploring the rest of California. And we want to do one last thing to really embrace the Napa wine culture. But we don't want to drink anything else. We are going to try our hand at making a charcuterie board, which goes really well with wine, and it's kind of a more like luxurious, fancy thing in my mind anyway. We never really set aside time or effort to make those, so I think that'll be a fun thing for us to do. Of course, we could go to a vineyard or a local restaurant and just buy one of their charcuterie boards, but things are a little pricey in this area, so we're gonna try and save some money by doing it ourselves, and it'll be more fun that way.
Gonna get some cheese.
Yep, and then drive to the beach.
Is that what we're doing?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, not today. Alright, do you want to get a candle?
I was wondering why you were pulling that out. Yes, I want a candle.
Is that the pumpkin one?
Yeah, it's pumpkin.
I don't want pumpkin.
I have never made a charcuterie board before, but I have always thought it would be a fun thing to try. I didn't do any research, so this might not be a very good one, and it might not turn out to look very pretty, but I'm excited for it, and we picked out a bunch of our favorite foods that we don't really eat that often. Even if it's not pretty, we will have fun with it. I'm pretty happy with how the board's turning out. There is one last ingredient that I think is crucial, and Jimmy told me I wasn't allowed to put it on the cutting board, but I found a middle ground solution. I love pickles. Jimmy can't stand them. And, you know, I understand they're pretty, they would kind of leak on everything, so it's honestly probably better to put it in a separate dish anyway.
If those things touch my cheese, I'll be upset.
I think it would make the cheese taste better.
I'm very impressed with this.
Really?
Yeah, this looks really good.
It helps splitting up the cheese into 2 sections.
Oh, I like really didn't even, yeah. We cheaped out, we only got one thing of cheese. Natalie really wanted some spicy cheese, but...
I got pickles, so I'm happy.
I felt like that was a fun way to end our last day in Napa, but starting tomorrow we're gonna head actually back down south and start exploring the city of San Fran. Honestly, it was fun to check out wine culture for a few days, but I'm really excited just to get back to the beach. I'm like pleasantly surprised at how much I like the vibe of sleeping next to the ocean. Okay, I mean, like, when I say it out loud, it's pretty obvious, so why wouldn't anyone like that, but like...
Sleeping next to the ocean?
Yeah, but I'm excited to actually get back there.
Yeah, me too. It'll be fun.
We're gonna call it here. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye. That's what I think of when I see champagne. I'm glad you didn't do that with my ring. I probably would have drank it.
Can you tell we're not using the spit cups? I feel like the toe lights don't really match our aesthetic right now. You know we never finished our list.
Not never, just not yet.
I got an idea though.
What?
Does that count the charcuterie we did yesterday?
We can say yes. Yay! We have our whiteboard back.
Yay.
That was the longest 2-day bucket list.
It took us like over a week. Oh, that's embarrassing.